Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We are so glad you are here with us today. We are shifting gears. We are shifting gears in a major way.
A big shift.
A big one. And before we even touch the source material today, I want to try a little experiment with you. So I want you to close your eyes for a second.
Okay.
Obviously, please do not do that if you're driving or operating heavy machinery. But if you can, just for a moment, picture this scene. It is Saturday evening.
The golden hour.
Exactly, the golden hour. The sun is starting to dip. The deadlines are gone. You have sent that last email. You've closed the laptop.
That click of the laptop closing is the best sound.
It really is.
Yeah.
And there are absolutely no alarms set for tomorrow morning. The week is done. And the source material, it sets this scene so perfectly, it actually transports you. You are sitting on a balcony, maybe in Chandigarh, with a hot cup of chai in your hand.
It's a whole mood. Or, the text also suggests if balconies aren't your thing, maybe you are lying on your bed just scrolling through your favorite playlists. Or you are out in the park kicking a football around with your friends. It's that feeling of complete freedom.
It's that feeling, right? That specific feeling of relief, that exhale. And that is what we are unpacking today. We are looking at day 18, Mastering Hobbies in Free Time in English.
Right.
And the source, I love this phrase, it calls this that sweet pocket of time where you do whatever makes you happy.
It's such a great phrase, and it's a really significant pivot point in the learning journey that's described in this material. If you look at where this lesson falls, it's day 18. That number, it actually matters.
It does. It implies there's a history here.
A history of struggle, maybe. It implies the learner has already powered through 17 days of what we might call survival mode.
Yeah, let's just list what they have survived so far. Because the source gives us this incredible list of past battles. They have been through, get this, vowel battles.
Intense vowel battles sound like a reality show I would absolutely not want to be a contestant on. It sounds terrifying.
I would lose on day one. They've also done time telling, magic verbs, house vocabulary.
And they've navigated doctor visits, which, that is high-stress English. That's not casual conversation. That's a need.
Exactly. It has all been about needs. I need water. I need a doctor. I need to know the time. It's all very transactional. But today is the pivot.
Today, we move from survival English to what the source calls personality English. And I think that's a brilliant distinction. This isn't about what you need to survive anymore. It's about what lights you up.
What lights you up?
It is about identity. And that is such a crucial distinction. When you are learning a language, you spend so much time just trying to function, right? Just trying to get by. But you don't really feel like yourself until you can talk about the things you actually love.
That is such a good point. You can order a sandwich? Great. That's functional. But can you tell someone why you love that specific band? Or why you spend your Sundays playing cricket instead of doing anything else?
That's where the connection happens.
Yes, that's where you stop being a student, a learner, and start being a person in that language.
Precisely. And the mission for this deep dive is to really extract the tools that let you do exactly that. The source material is very, very clear on the utility here. These aren't just, sentences for a textbook. These are for icebreakers.
Right. Or like WhatsApp chats.
Job interviews, which is a big one. And just making new friends. It is the social lubricant of language, isn't it? If you can't talk about what you do for fun, you are going to have a very, very hard time making genuine connections in a new language.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We have a lot to cover today. We have the grammar mechanics. The source calls them the big four patterns.
The foundation.
The foundation.
Yeah.
Then we have the vocabulary bank, which is, I have to say, surprisingly detailed and culturally specific. I was really impressed by that.
Me too. It's very modern.
And then we have some real life scenarios to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
But I want to start with the mechanics. The source claims that 4 specific patterns cover 90% of usage when talking about free time.
That's a bold claim, isn't it? 90%. That's a huge number.
It is. It does hold up.
I think it does, actually. When you look at the linguistics of just, casual conversation, it really holds up.
Yeah.
You don't need complex Shakespearean soliloquies to talk about your weekend.
No, you really don't.
You need reliability. You need structures that you can just plug different verbs into without overthinking it. You need Lego blocks.
Lego blocks. I like that. So let's look at the first block, pattern number 1. It seems incredibly simple, but I feel like there is a trap here if you aren't careful. It's, I like to plus verb.
Right. The foundational block, I like to play, I like to read. Simple, clean, effective.
The examples from the source are classic. I like to play cricket, I like to read books, and I like to travel with friends.
And what's important here grammatically is the infinitive form of the verb. To play, to read, to travel. It's clean. It represents a general preference.
It's not something you're doing right this second.
No, not at all. It is a statement of fact about your general preferences. It is the safest, most direct way to express an interest. You really can't go wrong with it.
It's kind of the vanilla ice cream of hobby sentences, isn't it?
That's a great way to put it.
It works with everything. It's never a bad choice.
Yeah.
But is it a little boring if that's all you say?
It can be a little dry, yeah. It's functional, it does the job. But that brings us very nicely to pattern number 2, and the source highlights a really key grammatical shift here. This is where things get a little bit smoother, a bit more natural. I enjoy plus verbing.
Ah, the ing.
The gerund.
The gerund. And this is often a stumbling block for learners. It's a classic error. You see, with you can say, I like to watch, perfectly fine. But with enjoy, you cannot say, I enjoy to watch.
I enjoy to watch. Yeah, it sounds wrong to my ear. It clunks.
It hurts the ears a little bit, doesn't it? You have to say, I enjoy watching. That little ing suffix is non-negotiable with the verb enjoy.
And that little ing at the end, it makes a huge difference in how fluent you sound. It's one of those little tells. It really is. It signals a higher level of comfort with the language. It implies the experience of the action. The source examples are great here. I enjoy watching movies, I enjoy listening to Punjabi music, and I enjoy cooking new recipes.
I love the specificity of Punjabi music there. We're already getting a little bit of flavor, a little bit of personality.
We are.
But sticking to the grammar, if I say I enjoy to cook, a native speaker will understand me, but what will they think?
They'll understand you for sure, but you'll sound unnatural. You'll sound like a learner who is translating word for word from their native language, where maybe that structure is correct.
Right.
But if you say, I enjoy cooking, you sound like you've actually mastered the flow of English. It's a small tweak, just adding that ing, but it upgrades your level of perceived fluency instantly. It's a massive return on investment for such a small change.
Okay, so I like to is the basic, the foundation. I enjoy toward is the upgrade. It's more fluid.
Yeah.
Then we have pattern number 3, which feels a bit more, formal or definitive. My hobby is plus verbing or noun.
It is more definitive. That's the perfect word for it. It frames the activity not just as something you do, but as a defined part of your identity. It's like you're putting a label on it.
A label, yeah, like my hobby is painting. My hobby is photography.
And one of the source examples is, my hobby is collecting old coins.
Right. And you probably wouldn't say, I enjoy collecting old coins in the same way, would you? There's a different weight to it.
There is. When you say my hobby is, you are categorizing yourself. It's very useful in structured introductions, like a job interview or maybe the first day of a class where you have to introduce yourself to everyone. It defines you. It says, this is an established part of who I am.
So you might not say, my hobby is sleeping, even if you really enjoy sleeping.
Exactly. That's a fantastic example. Sleeping isn't usually categorized as a hobby in that formal sense, but photography is. Painting is. It suggests a level of skill or dedication, or at least a structured interest.
Got it. Okay. And then we have the 4th pattern, which isn't so much about the action itself, but about the context. The source calls it the time frame identifier.
Yeah, this is so important for natural speech. This is using phrases like in my free time, or on weekends, or in my spare time.
Why is that so crucial?
Well, it's about setting the scene. If you just walk up to someone and say, I play mobile games, it's a bit abrupt, isn't it? It's kind of hanging in the air. But if you say, in my free time, I play mobile games, you are contextualizing it. You're giving the listener a hook to hang that information on.
It softens the entrance. It's like a little introductory clause.
It does. It does. And the examples here are very relatable. In my free time, I play mobile games. On weekends, I go for long walks. And my favorite, in my spare time, I learn new English phrases.
Very meta with that last one. A hobby about the language you're learning.
Indeed. But notice the structure. Time frame first, then the subject and the verb. On weekends. And there's a little pause there, a mental comma. I go for long walks. It gives the listener a moment to adjust their mental image. You are telling them when this happens before you tell them what happens. It's a very natural way to structure a thought.
So those are the big 4. If you master those, the source says you are 90% of the way there, which is incredible.
Right.
But we don't want to sound like robots.
Yeah.
All right, I like book. I like cricket. I enjoy food. We need some personality.
And that is where section 2 of the source material comes in. And it's my favorite part. It's all about adding intensity and naturalism. You want to move beyond just liking things. You want to show some passion.
The source calls this adding personality and intensity. I love the variations they offer here. The first one is a really simple but powerful step up. The love variation. I love plus verbing.
It's a simple word choice, moving from like to love, but emotionally, it's a huge leap, isn't it? I love dancing to Bollywood songs, is the example.
And again, the ing is there. Dancing, not I love to dance.
Well, you can say, I love to dance. That's grammatically fine. But I love dancing often feels a bit more immediate, more immersive. It focuses on the feeling of the action itself.
And again, with the specificity. Bollywood songs, it's not just I love dancing. It's specific. It paints a picture. It shows energy, culture, a whole vibe.
It really does. It gives you something to talk about. Oh, which songs, which movies.
Okay, then we have this phrase that I think is the hallmark of a native speaker, or at least a very, very advanced speaker. I'm really into.
Oh, this is such a good one to master. It's idiomatic. You won't necessarily find this in a strict old school grammar textbook, but it is everywhere in modern spoken English.
What does it actually mean, though? If I say I am into something, what am I communicating?
It implies a current active fascination. It's not just that you like it in general, it's that you are deeply engaged with it right now. The examples are great. I'm really into fitness and gym, or I'm really into watching stand-up comedy.
It feels temporary, but intense. Like, I'm really into stand-up comedy. It implies I've been watching a lot of it lately. It's my current obsession.
Exactly. It suggests a phase or a deep dive that you are currently taking. It's a very cool phrase to use because it invites a follow-up question. Oh, you're into fitness. What kind of workout do you do? It's a conversation starter.
Right. Versus, I like fitness, which sounds a bit, I don't know, dry.
I like fitness sounds like a statement on a medical form.
Yeah.
I'm really into fitness. Sounds like a lifestyle you're actively pursuing. There's an energy to it.
Then there's a different kind of phrase. For describing habits, I spend a lot of time plus verbing.
This one is for, let's call it honesty.
Honesty.
Yes. The example given is, I spend a lot of time scrolling Instagram reels.
I feel personally attacked by that example from the source.
Yeah.
It's too real.
It's a very real example for many of us, and it's important to be able to talk about our passive hobbies, too. Not everything we do in our free time is trekking or painting masterpieces. Sometimes free time is just passing time. I spend a lot of time. Allows you to admit that in a neutral way.
It's a non-judgmental way to state a fact about how your time is allocated.
Exactly. I spend a lot of time watching YouTube. It's not good or bad, it's just what is.
And finally, for the things we are truly, truly passionate about, the source gives us the high-intensity phrases. These are for when like or even love isn't quite enough.
These are the phrases that build bonds. These are the ones that find your tribe. The first is, I'm a big fan of. And the example is perfect. I'm a big fan of IPL cricket.
That immediately signals a community. If you say that to another Indian cricket fan, you are instantly friends. You have something to talk about for hours.
Correct. It's an identifier. And then there's a step up even from that. I'm crazy about. The example given is, I'm crazy about coffee and books.
Crazy about. It's hyperbole, right? We're not actually suggesting insanity.
It is, yes. English speakers, especially in casual conversation, love hyperbole to show enthusiasm. If you say, I like coffee, that's fine. It's information. If you say, I'm crazy about coffee, I know that this is a core part of your personality. I know to buy you a Starbucks gift card for your birthday.
Communicates a much deeper level of passion. And then the ultimate one, the most intense phrase here, I can't live without.
I can't live without music. Again, you physically can't live without it, but emotionally, no. It communicates that this thing is essential to your happiness, to your being. It's a very powerful statement.
So we have the grammar, we have the intensity, now we need the ammunition, we need the words themselves. The source provides a fantastic vocabulary bank that is broken down into 3 logical categories: sports, creative, and social.
And what I appreciate about the source is that it doesn't just give you a list of nouns. It gives you the collocations, the verbs that naturally go with the nouns. You don't do cricket. You play cricket.
Yeah.
And getting that right is huge.
So important. Let's run through Category A sports and outdoor activities. We have the big Indian sports here right at the top. Cricket, football, badminton, kabaddi.
Kabaddi is a great inclusion. It's so specific, and it shows you that you can talk about culturally specific sports using these universal English structures. I enjoy playing kabaddi. I'm a big fan of the Pro Kabaddi League. It works perfectly.
Then we have the more solo activities: walking, running, cycling, trekking.
And notice the verb here is often go. You go for a walk. You go for a run. You don't usually say, I walk as a hobby statement. That sounds like you're just describing locomotion. I go for a walk implies the leisure activity.
And the specific location example here is just lovely. I go for a morning walk in the rose garden.
That adds so much color. It's not just an abstract activity. It tells you where, when, morning, and what. It's a full picture.
Then there's a whole section on fitness, going to the gym, doing yoga, working out.
And again, the verbs matter. Doing yoga, not playing yoga, or going to the gym. These little verb choices are what make you sound fluent and natural.
Let's move to category B, creative and indoor pursuits. This is my category. We start with the quiet hobbies, reading books, novels, comics.
A classic. And then look at the screen time section. It's so specific to modern life. It's not just watching television. It's watching movies, web series, YouTube.
And it specifically mentions watching cricket matches on screen. But the gem here, I think, is watching K-dramas on weekends.
K-dramas, that's in the source.
It is. It shows how up-to-date this material is. It reflects the global reality of hobbies today. It's not just watching TV anymore. It's specifically K-dramas or web series from a certain platform.
That's brilliant. It makes the learner feel seen.
The audio section is interesting too, listening to music, songs, podcasts. But the example is what makes it special. Listening to Punjabi songs while cooking.
Oh, I love that example because it combines two hobbies in one sentence. Cooking and listening. It creates a whole scene. You can immediately visualize the person in the kitchen, maybe dancing a little bit, the smell of spices in the air.
It tells a story. And speaking of dancing, that's in the performance section. Singing, dancing, playing guitar or keyboard. And the specific example, singing old Hindi songs.
Again, that specificity. Old Hindi songs evokes a certain mood. It's nostalgic. It's completely different from saying singing pop music. It tells you something about the person's taste and maybe even their generation.
Then we have category C, social and relaxed activities. These are the connection words. Hang out with friends, meet friends, chat.
Hang out is the key phrase there. It is the ultimate casual, versatile verb for socializing in English. You don't attend a meeting with your friends, you hang out.
Right, and the location example ties it together. Hanging out at a cafe on Sundays.
It just paints a perfect picture of modern leisure culture, doesn't it?
It does. Culinary arts are here too. Cooking and baking. And again, a specific social context. Cooking Punjabi food for family.
It emphasizes the social aspect of the hobby. You aren't just cooking in a vacuum, you are cooking for someone. It's an act of care.
And finally, a very contemporary section on digital creation. Taking photos, making reels, editing videos.
Making reels. This is a perfect example of how the vocabulary of hobbies is constantly evolving. 5 years ago, this might not have been in a lesson like this. Now, I'm really into making Instagram reels is a perfectly valid and common hobby statement.
And gaming. It's not just playing games, it's playing mobile games, video games, and they list specific titles. PUBG, Free Fire, BGMI.
Which is great because using the specific names represents shared knowledge. If you say, I play BGMI, you immediately identify yourself to other players. It's a shortcut to connection.
So we have this massive arsenal of words and phrases. We have the grammar. Now we have to actually use them. The source gives us some fantastic real-life scenarios. Let's walk through these because context is everything.
Absolutely. You speak very differently on a casual video call with a friend than you do in a formal job interview.
Exactly. So scenario one is the video call, a digital catch-up. It's relaxed.
It's casual. The question is simple and direct. What do you do in your free time?
And the reply is equally straightforward. In my free time, I like to watch web series and play badminton.
It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, it gives the information and keeps the conversation moving. It perfectly uses that in my free time structure we discussed earlier. No fuss.
Now let's ramp up the pressure. Scenario two, the job interview. This is where palms get sweaty. The interviewer leans in and says, so tell me about yourself.
The dreaded question. And as the source correctly notes, this is a secret test of personality. They already know your qualifications from your CV. They want to know if you are a human being they want to spend 8 hours a day with.
So how do we answer this using our new tools? This is not the time for, I like to scroll reels.
Definitely not. You need to sound structured but interesting. The source suggests this answer. My hobby is reading books and learning new languages. On weekends, I enjoy going trekking with friends.
Let's break that down. Why does that work so much better than just, I like books and trekking?
Well, first, my hobby sounds professional. It frames it as a discipline, a structured interest. Reading books and learning new languages both show intellectual curiosity and a desire for self-improvement, which are great qualities for an employee.
Right. They're good hobbies for an interview.
They are. And then the second part, on weekends, I enjoy going trekking with friends, does two things. It shows you're active and healthy, which is a plus. And the phrase with friends shows you are social and a team player. It's a very, very strategic answer.
It paints you as a well-rounded candidate without you having to say, I am a well-rounded candidate.
Precisely. It's showing, not telling.
Okay, scenario 3 is meeting new friends. This is the low-stakes, high-reward situation. This is the finding common ground phase.
The goal here isn't to impress, it's to invite a connection. The example is perfect. I'm really into cooking and trying new recipes. What about you?
What about you at the end? It's so simple, but it's the most important part of the sentence, isn't it?
It is the ping pong paddle. You just hit the ball over the net. If you just say, I'm really into cooking, and then stop, the conversation dies. You've just made a statement. The other person has to do all the work. What about you? Keeps it alive. It's an act of generosity in conversation.
The source actually breaks down a slightly longer, comprehensive mini dialogue between friend and you. And the source names you as Aman, so we'll stick with that.
Okay, let's analyze the flow of this little chat.
The friend kicks it off, a very natural question. What do you usually do on weekends?
Nice and open-ended. It's a great question.
Aman answers. On weekends, I like to sleep late, which is so relatable. Then play cricket with my friends in the afternoon. In the evening, I enjoy watching movies or scrolling reels. What about you?
Okay, look at the beautiful structure there. It's chronological. It tells the story of his day. Morning, he sleeps. Afternoon, he plays cricket. Evening, he watches movies. It's not just a random list.
And he uses two different patterns. I like to sleep, and I enjoy watching.
Yes. And then the crucial return serve. What about you?
The friend replies, nice. I usually go to the gym and then meet my cousins. I'm crazy about fitness these days.
And there it is. There is that high-intensity phrase we talked about, crazy about fitness. It signals clearly what matters to them right now. It gives Aman a perfect topic to ask about next.
Oh, really? What gym do you go to?
It's a perfect little exchange. It feels so real and effortless.
It does. It's not, hello, how are you? I am fine. It's actual information exchange that builds a relationship.
Okay, listener, now it is your turn. We've talked a lot. Section 5 of the source material is the practice challenge. We want you to visualize.
Yes. The source asks you to close your eyes again, no driving, and think about your real free time. Or, if you want, your dream free time. What do you wish you were doing?
The prompt is this. Describe what you do in 6 to 8 full sentences aloud.
And aloud is the key word there. You have to hear your own voice saying these words. It builds muscle memory. And there is a complexity requirement. This is the important part. You must use at least 3 of the different patterns we learned today. You can't just say, I like 8 times in a row.
Mix it up. Use I enjoy. Use in my free time. Maybe throw in an I'm crazy about if you feel passionate.
The source provides what it calls a gold standard example of what this monologue should sound like. I'm going to read it now, and I just want you to listen to the flow, the rhythm, and the variety.
Go for it. Let's hear the gold standard.
Okay. In my free time, I like to play mobile games with friends. I enjoy listening to Punjabi songs while cooking. My hobby is watching stand-up comedy on YouTube. On weekends, I love hanging out at cafes in Sector 17. I'm really into learning new English phrases every day. I can't live without chai in the evening.
Wow. That is fantastic. It's a complete portrait of a person in 6 sentences.
It is, isn't it? It has geography, Sector 17 in Chandigarh. It has cultural specificity, the Punjabi songs, the chai. It has digital hobbies, mobile games, YouTube.
And it uses a whole range of the patterns. In my free time, I enjoy. My hobby is, I love, I'm really into. And it finishes with that emotional punch, I can't live without chai.
If someone said that to me at a party, I would feel like I know them. I have a clear picture of who they are and what their life is like.
You'd have 5 different things you could ask them about next.
Exactly. So we want you to try this. Maybe pause the deep dive right after this section. Take 45 to 60 seconds. Just talk to the room. Describe your weekend.
Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't judge yourself. Just focus on the flow and the variety.
Now, as we begin to wrap up, let's look at the outro section from the source. It gives us a brilliant summary, a golden cheat sheet.
Let's do a rapid-fire recap of the absolute essentials. The patterns, I enjoy, my hobby is, and in my free time. Those are your 4 pillars.
And the high-frequency verbs, the action words, play, go, watch, read, listen, cook, dance, sing, gym, make reels, hang out.
If you have those nouns and those verbs and those 4 patterns, you can build almost any sentence you need to talk about your free time. It's a powerful toolkit.
And the homework. The source assigns 4 very practical tasks. I love practical homework.
Me too. Task 1, write 10 sentences using different patterns. This is for your brain. Writing it down solidifies the grammar rules.
Task 2, record a 90 to 120-second voice note describing your fun activities.
This is vital. This is for your mouth and your ears. Recording yourself lets you hear your own rhythm, your intonation. And the source says to make it sound natural and happy. Don't read it like a robot. Put a smile in your voice.
Task 3, send a message to a friend starting with, "In my free time, I like to."
This is the real-world application. Take it out of the classroom and into your social life.
And task 4, share a hobby in the comments, presumably of the video or the lesson that this source comes from.
It's about public declaration. It's about owning your English identity and being part of a community of learners.
Looking ahead, the source gives us a little tease for day 19.
And the topic is weather and seasons.
It gives some preview phrases. It's raining heavily. Winter in Chandigarh is very cold. I love the monsoon season.
It makes sense. We're moving from the internal world of our personality and hobbies to the external world of the weather around us. It's the next logical step in conversation.
But for today, the final thought is this. I want to read this quote from the source directly because I think it sums it all up perfectly.
Yeah.
Talking about hobbies is a joyful way to use English. It shows personality and invites sharing.
It's joyful. That's the key word. This part of learning shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be fun. And that final affirmation in the source, your English is becoming warmer and more real every day. That is the goal. Not just correct English, but warm English. Real English.
So go out there, grab a cup of chai or coffee or whatever you love, sit on your balcony or your couch, and tell yourself in English what makes you happy.
Because if you can say what you love, you can be who you are in any language.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you for the next one.
Take care.